Orange County's smallest town says a big ask. A nonprofit in Eatonville is asking the county to fund an $87 million project.
WESH 2's Marlene Martinez tells us about the idea to build a new campus in the oldest black township in the country.
Right off of I-4 is the oldest incorporated black town in America, Eatonville. And for years, this treasured 100 acres in the small town has sat vacant. It's a site of the Robert Hungerford School, the first school for black children in Central Florida. Now, a new idea for the site. Picture this: the current Zora Neale Hurston Museum expanded into a campus for the arts, sciences, and humanities. The Zora Museum honors the renowned author from Eatonville. Now, the organization that runs it, the Association to Preserve the Eatonville Community, or PEC, hopes to take over a quarter of the Hungerford land to build a new museum, STEM, and conference centers.
Zora Neale Hurston is a global literary icon and has made Eatonville a destination.
That was PEC's $87 million pitch on Friday.
For Eatonville, it represents a bona fide economic stimulus or catalyst.
Enwine Etheri runs the PEC. She presented to Orange County's task force that's helping decide which projects to give tourist tax dollars to.
These people have the ability to bring more money, okay?
The Zora campus would be a 10-year project, and their anticipated return on investment, over 740 jobs, $46 million in personal income, and $110 million of business revenue.
Is the PEC able to handle such a large project?
Oh, absolutely, because the administration is not going to be in-house. And when I say administration, I'm talking about the money.
Mayor Angie Gardner says she's excited about the possibility.
You know, people think that small towns can't dream big. Dreams are not just for large towns, because it's a long time coming. You know, and it's different when you create jobs. You teach someone to fish or you fish for them. It's time for us to fish for ourselves.
The PEC is one of 14 groups that presented here. The task force will announce their recommendations for which projects to fund next month. And ultimately, it will be up to the county's Board of Commissioners who will get the money. In Orange County, Marlene Martinez, WESH 2 News.
The Hungerford idea is contingent on Orange County Public Schools because they own the land. Now, today was the last day of pitches to the task force. Marlene will bring us the highlights from the other proposals on WESH 2 News at 5.